this is the Joker, and I'm your entertainment for this evening. Welcome to Lotus Comics Press.
And I'm the Riddler.
Oh, look, the Riddler's here. Oh, great. Anyway, so, how's the riddling thing going?
Great, making lots of money.
Oh, that's great. Any good checks recently?
I wiped out 2 banks.
That's, a good person always knows that if if you're good at what you do, you don't do it for free.
That's right.
That's right. So,
You're correct.
So anyway, bringing it back to the show, we have a red couch, a nice studio with a green screen in back of me here.
Yes.
It's pretty awesome. It's even got the whole shade and everything. So what do you think about the new Batman movie?
I think they need me on there.
Really?
Hmm.
Who would play you, except for, Jim Carrey?
Yeah. Neil Patrick Harris, he'd be great.
MPH?
Yes.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Dookie Howser. All right, great. We do have 2 special guests this evening. We have the 2 movie guys, and I say 1 and 2, Lucas and Ryan. They're freaking awesome. Have you seen them on Facebook? You should Google me. I'm on there somewhere, like a million times at least.
Yeah, Joker
Anyway,
or something.
so bringing it back down to the show, Lucas and Ryan, guys. Lucas and Ryan, 2 movie guys.
To the show. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Wow.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, guys, I have no Red Bull. Really?
Whine about
What good are you? Anyway. So, guys, how are you doing this evening?
Oh man, we're excellent. Thanks for having us.
Delighted
on
to
the
be
show.
here on the show. I mean, we watch you guys ever since we were kids. When the old original Batman with Adam West, and all the way through now with Christopher Nolan and
Christopher Walken,
so
Christopher
we're
Robin.
I don't know whether to be terrified or just so excited. I don't know, because these are villains.
Well, we are ecstatic to have you on our show.
Well,
thank
you very much.
Absolutely.
You're not going to kill us, are you?
Yeah,
No killing.
We
If
only
kill
do
you,
that on
you'll
the
learn
side.
that.
Okay.
And it's like our side business.
Okay.
Villains, Joker Incorporated is what I call it.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's very good like that. There's many Jokers, just like myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a franchise.
Exactly.
There's more than one Joker, like Santa.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
a Starbucks that said villain.
Is there like a training camp that you host and like teach everybody how to like laugh?
It
And
had to be
stuff?
all villainous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
do
teach you to rob a
faces.
bank.
Yeah.
Hold a
Not so
gun.
much. Not really.
We've been thinking about franchising out the 2 movie guys. Just hiring people out and like.
Yeah. You guys could be 2 movie guys in Canada.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Canada.
I love Canada.
Yeah.
Great
I've never
mountains.
been. I hear the mountains
Crisp
are
clean air.
really big.
Really
They're
relaxing.
very, very polite there. And they give you free medicine.
So tell me about you guys. I've heard that you guys are on TV. That's pretty awesome. Now, I would love to be on TV. I've been in at least 2 movies I can think of. But I don't know. I'm just losing my thought here. But you guys are amazing on television.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We actually do what's called movie hosting. And what that is on Saturday nights on Channel 43 in Oklahoma City, there's a movie that comes on at 7 o'clock on Saturday nights. And what we do are the little segments in between the movies, the commercial breaks, in between the commercial breaks. We'll come on for a minute or so and do a little skit or a little comedy thing, and that's pretty much it.
I really hate commercial breaks.
Not anymore. Now you have a reason to love them.
Yeah, in
Really?
fact, our movies are usually so bad, the commercial breaks are the best part of it. We have a lot of people that watch the movies just for the commercials.
No, really?
Yeah.
I always record your show, that way I don't miss it.
Yeah.
I'm usually out clubbing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have TiVo, so blowing up something, taking some cash, or robbing a bank with this guy. My TiVo records it.
That's good. And then you fast forward through the movie to the commercials, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's,
you got to figure it out.
There are
That's
people
part
that
of
do
you
that.
guys.
Well, thanks a lot, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We just finished up episode what number? 38.
38,
Yeah.
and our it's broken up into, what is it like?
4th season.
Yeah, like our 4th season kind of. We've been
That's
doing it
great.
for 3 years. It's our 4th season. The way that the season breaks.
Are you guys gonna get back with Lois?
Lois?
Yeah.
Lois, who's Lois?
I don't know.
Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
though we know we've worked with a Linda before. One Linda Kavanaugh, the
Yes.
treasure of Oklahoma.
Very awesome.
She is
She's
awesome.
pretty cool.
I tell you what, we've gotten to work with a lot of neat people. From Conan O'Brien, he was on on our 20th episode. We met with we did some stuff with Lloyd Kaufman one time, the trauma president.
I know
genius.
exactly what that is.
He's awesome.
Yes,
He's
yes.
totally
He accused us of, he told us to stay gay,
Yeah, that was
which I
our.
thought was on live television, which I thought was pretty,
Yeah, our wives at home were really
Yeah.
confused. As were we.
Yeah.
You could see on at the very end we're both just kind of like. And it cut to commercial. they brought us on in the morning. See, we host the Saturday night movies.
That's right, we do.
And then every Friday morning on the news show in the mornings called Rise and Shine, which is a laid back version of the news, we come on and they want us to do movie reviews. When I started doing the show, they said, you guys host the movies, why don't you come on and do movie reviews? And we're like, we're not really critics. And they're like, it doesn't matter. We just need it full time. So we're like, okay, well, we're going to do it our way. So
that's kind of been our shtick too, is that we don't say we're movie reviewers, we're more like informers.
Informers?
We're movie informers, not,
That song is awesome.
I just
Yeah.
watched that movie, it's great.
Oh, that's
That's one of the
trans-
third one?
yeah,
it's
that's-
informers.
Yeah.
transvest formers.
Yes.
What we do is we'll tell you about a movie, and then you can decide if you want to see it or not, but we're not going to tell you if it's good or not, because most likely we haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Do you
and
use
if,
hypnosis?
No, because we don't care. I don't care if you go see it or not.
Like
Yeah.
post-traumatic stress
No.
reduction?
No, that's not true. I do care. I want you to see what's out there if I think it's good, and we will give our opinions based on the trailers.
That's
you know,
awesome.
But we don't. We
there's
never.
so many movies out there, and since we can't do it full time, we don't get any of this. People rubbing their fingers together. Money. Since we don't get
No, I know,
enough to do
I know
it,
what that means.
you know what this is?
Yeah, I know what that
I
means.
think it's a violin.
No, that's this.
Oh,
Yes.
What's this?
That's trouble.
Yeah.
well, that's why I'm punching my grandma. Anyway.
Oh, that's awesome. All right,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
great.
she wrestles with me, but well, if we had a full-time job to be able to watch all these movies, but there's too many that are coming out, and half of them are just so bad. And we get to go to a few screeners, and they're usually for the lame ones.
Yeah.
but,
Well, no, that's not true. We get some good ones. We got Transformers 3. We saw
Oh, that's
that.
right. That's right.
We saw
That movie was great.
You like Transformers 3?
I love
It's kicking.
Transformers 3. Yeah, it was
Did
amazing.
you like Transformers 2?
Not so much.
But you like Transformers
3 was amazing. Leonard Nimoy was in that movie.
Yeah, he was. He played
We had a
Sentinel
chance
Prime?
to meet him.
Sentinel
Yeah.
Prime. You guys met Leonard Nimoy, huh?
We had a chance to take pictures and photos for him, rather. Yeah.
You took
Cool.
pictures of
That
him?
was our version of meeting him.
Were you-
that counts.
were you-
Conan O'Brien was never really on our show. Yeah, duh. That's right. Hey, you're there. You guys
We
are
were in
best
the
friends.
room and had the same presence, and he was in the room and he had the same presence, and we took 5 photos. That
Now,
was
were
our-
you in any of the
That's great.
photos?
No, I should have been. I should have been like.
You
Right?
stuck your hand in front
It
of
was
it.
kind of like when they send you in to worship a deity, don't look at the deity.
Right.
Say anything, stand 5 feet from the deity, don't ask them to take a picture.
That's funny.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
So
pretty
this
true.
must have been at a convention, I guess.
It was actually press for Comic Con. We
Okay,
were
okay.
fortunate enough to be at press for the Dallas Comic Con.
Mhm.
Dallas Comic Con is amazing. You guys ought to check it out next year. So
Well,
back to you guys. Now, let's see. Do you have any future endeavors that we can see?
Man, we don't know if they're-
movie guys show.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't know that we have a future. Every day we don't know if we're gonna get to do it again, but we never get fired. We pull off some.
Well, I didn't
thing.
mean it that way. I mean, is there any future events that you guys have coming up that? people
Oh.
can see? Yeah.
I just thought you meant
I'm a
like
fan. Come on.
general- Oh,
Come
well,
on, guys.
You mean like an event or something? No, we've done SoonerCon a few times. Have you ever been to SoonerCon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they put on a really good show.
We didn't get to go this past year. We missed that. Hopefully we can do it next year. There's a few things that we'll go to here and there. I mean,
Some
we're
parades.
the summer. This part of the summer is a little bit slower, but we have a lot of movie. Our events right now are a lot of movie screenings that we give out tickets for on our website. People go to twomovieguys.com. Right now we've got Captain America tickets, and then I think we're gonna have Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah, I
I'm looking
actually
forward to
want to
that
see
one.
that
Harrison
movie.
Ford's return to some sci-fi. It's gonna be cool.
Right?
And some
Captain
other good
America,
stuff.
maybe. It's an
I
It
have-
looked pretty good so
It's
far.
pretty
You know
iffy
what?
on
I
that.
Last
have.
trailer.
What's weird is I have no interest in Captain America at all.
Yeah, me neither.
It
Not
just
really.
doesn't do anything for me. I mean, why not?
Because you're a communist. Is what.
Maybe that's it.
You don't believe in America.
Now, I will give them props on the Captain.
You can quote me on that.
Not that I'm like real big fans of Captain America. I'm really not. You know, I mean, look, I dress in
Right.
It's not real
purple. I
political.
dress in purple. I'm not real political, and you
Plus,
know,
he's
these are my church clubs.
he's Marvel and you're DC,
Green hair.
so
Exactly.
technically you don't even know each other exist.
But,
It's in Vertigo world.
Oh.
exactly.
Is that going to
DC
happen?
No, it did happen. DC versus Marvel.
Oh,
Vertigo,
That's
yeah.
very true.
Okay.
But at the same regard, I mean, I like the villain that's in there. You know, the guy that actually plays the villain, he was Mr. Smith off The Matrix.
Hugo Weaving?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hugo, he was awesome.
Yeah,
He was V for
good.
Vendetta,
Mm-hmm.
Matrix,
Elrond, Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Lord
yeah.
of the Rings.
Wolverine.
Yeah. But still, even though Hugo's in it, our good buddy Hugo's in it, I
That,
don't
that
wanna
would be
see
the
it.
only reason I see that movie.
It doesn't look good to me.
Ryan, I'm with you right here,
It doesn't
bro.
look good to me.
I'm
man.
excited about one movie that's coming out this year, and one alone, The Muppets.
I am excited about it.
How about
Jason
that?
Segel's gonna be in that.
Yeah.
Jason Segel wrote it,
Mm-hmm.
and got people fired up. He's a big Muppet fan, and so I'm like jealous of him. And I kind of hate him a little bit because he's getting to live my dream. Not only did he get to write a Muppet movie, and then he wrote himself into it, and it's about being a Muppet fan that gets to hang out with Kermit the Frog. I'm like, you jerk. But it's at least cool that at least somebody's doing it. I can live vicariously through him.
Sure.
And I appreciate Jason Segel for doing this, because if it wasn't for him,
There
who
would
knows
not
what
be another
Disney...
Muppet movie.
I know, who knows what Disney...
Exactly.
You know how bad.
Who's
Looking
your
at,
favorite Muppet? I'm sorry.
oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. No, answer
My
that.
favorite Muppet would... Well, I mean,
It's
I
Kermit.
have to say Kermit, just because of...
No, Kermit,
Steve
everybody
Frog.
says Kermit.
But...
Other than Kermit.
I will have to say, I always related really well to Gonzo. Never really felt like I quite fit in. I lived in a small town of, you know, a bunch of like farming good old boys, like a lot of sports enthusiasts and stuff, and I was into
Big nose and
farming.
shaped like this.
And I did. I had a big nose and bug eyes.
Mine was always Beaker, sir.
I like Beaker a lot.
Baker and Munson. They were awesome.
Yeah, Bunsen and Beaker. There's so many great ones, and that's another cool thing about the Muppet movie that's coming out is they're resurrecting characters that we haven't seen since the first and second season of the Muppet Show
That I didn't know.
in 1976.
Really?
Which is amazing, because to build another one of those puppets, it's over it's multiple thousands of dollars to make one.
Right.
So it's going to be pretty cool that they're justifying bringing back Wayne and Wanda, who's saying, you remember Wayne and Wanda from
I do.
season 1 of the Muppet Show?
I do.
Yeah.
Of course.
They were great. And
Absolutely.
who knows what the gags are going to be, but I can't wait. I'm excited about the
I'm a
Muppets.
little bit worried though about the Muppets because the first 3 or 4 trailers that were the parody trailers I thought were brilliant and really funny. And then when I saw the real trailer for the Muppet movie, I thought, oh no, this could be the next Smurfs movie.
Oh, I didn't think that.
You know,
at all.
NPH is actually supposed to be in the Smurfs.
NPH?
NPH.
Oh, Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I remember the latest trailer. He says, "Oh, Smurf me,"
Yeah.
and the Smurf says, "Hey, what's your language?" And I was like, "Whoa!" They're just pretty much. I mean, it was always kind of a subtle thing on the cartoon, like, "Let's get the Smurf, and don't forget to Smurf before you Smurf. Don't sit in that Smurf, or you might get some Smurf on your Smurf." And
Watch
so
your
it
mouth,
was.
that was so.
I know, but then it was more casual. It's like, oh, I've been smurfing all day long, and I don't think I could smurf another smurf. But this blatant, like, hey,
Go
smurf
smurf
you
yourself.
and smurf your mom too. You know, Mother Smurfer is going to be in this movie because the adults will be like, oh, that's
Yeah, well,
funny, and the kids are going to be like, what? Oh, I'll look that up online and find out what.
Oh, the lady, not Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, I think, is the voice of Smurfette, which
Yeah.
Katy Perry's
I'm a big
awesome.
Katy Perry fan.
They
Me
do have a
too.
good cast. I love the guy from Saturday Night Live who's so funny, and of course I can't say his name. Fred Armisen, you know, the guy with the glasses. He's Brainy, and I think he'll
Is
be
he?
great as Brainy.
Yeah, it might be okay, but the Smurfs looks horrible.
I have to say this. Oh, there's a movie that came out last year, How to Train Your Dragon. It was medieval
That movie was
times.
awesome.
Really cool.
I
Okay.
loved it.
Good.
With that being so successful, the original Smurfs story took place, I believe, in medieval times. Weren't there like, you know, it was kind of like castles and stuff like that going on? They could have made it like the original story. They didn't have to modernize it. They didn't have to do an alternate universe where the Smurfs fall into modern day and they've got to learn hip hop and rap and buy an iPod before they go back to cartoon land. That's that every time. And the other thing I do want to see, that the one reason I will be interested to see the Smurfs is because Hank Azaria is Gargamel and he's on camera.
That I didn't know.
And he looks
Really?
really cool, and he sounds just like him because it's Hank. He can do anything.
That's awesome.
It's
And
not
so-
like that Albert movie except for with Smurfs.
Yes, I can't think of every single cartoon they try to do that with. Bullwinkle. I just heard something. It reminded me of something.
That's true.
Mm.
Let's-
Well, let's
Who-
get
who-
to
change- let's
who would you
change
say
the
your
subject.
idols are
Let's
as
change
far
the
as
subject.
TV?
Well, that's interesting because that kind of ties into the thing. Some of my idols would have to be, or heroes of mine, were Kermit the Frog was a big hero of mine. Steve Martin, as I got older, was a
As
big
of
hero
mine.
of mine.
As was mine.
And growing up, you know, I think the thing that we kind of share, getting to host the local movies here, we have a hero who was a movie host for over 50 years in Oklahoma named Count Gregor, who used to host movies.
He's really
Tom
awesome.
Gregor, we
He's a
met
big-
him last week.
He's
Yeah,
a big
we did. We
he's a
met him
big-
last week
awesome.
and actually interviewed him.
Oh,
Well, you know, that's
Yeah.
rare because he doesn't show up very often.
we haven't seen
No, did somebody call? I heard my name.
Oh, wow. How
You
did
know,
you guys hear?
You truly drive me batty. I'm flying around and all of a sudden I hear this. Oh, and he, hi, Ryan.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi!
Well, the Riddler. And the Joker.
Can you protect
The
us from
joke's
these
on
guys?
you guys tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Seems
so.
to
Are
be.
you still robbing that bank later?
Not me, baby.
Count
I
Gregor,
served my time.
Count
I've been
Gregor.
around too long.
I
He's
heard
the
you like the
original
nightlife,
villain.
though.
He's the original villain. That's
Yeah,
true,
he's
guys.
the original villain. He was around way before you guys, so you need to pay attention to this guy.
Count Gregor is awesome, I gotta say.
Now, wait a minute. You weren't evil, were you? Were you an evil villain? Or were you an evil count? Or were you a nice count?
That was always left up to the
Oh, I
audience.
see.
Spice people
That's
and
what
such
made the
blood.
intrigue.
Yeah,
Am I really bad or am I not? Well, let's put it this way. I was not an angel.
That's why, kids, implications are bad.
Yeah.
Things that you know.
That's right. Implications of, like what Lloyd Kaufman said about us right before we cut to commercial that time.
That's right.
That's when we need to justify and show our wedding rings that we're married to women.
Well, what good does it all do anyway?
Well-
You're just talking about now, the present. And I've been in the present, the past, and I'm still trying to hang around for the future.
You better, Count Gregor. You got to get another Lifetime Achievement. We gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award last year.
Really?
For over 50 years of entertaining.
You keep
and
bringing
them
them up.
Well, we'll give you another one in 50 more years.
Oh, I like that idea, yes. I wouldn't have to refurbish my casket.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a few of them.
I don't know. You know, one time you think what you can count on in life, then you hang around long enough, and there's nothing you can count on. I'm a no count, so what, you know.
Oh, well.
So, Count, how do we? Let's talk about. We've used.
Does he actually count, like, you
He
know?
does. It's like the Sesame Street count.
That's
One! Ha 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 ha!
How did we first get to? What was the first thing we did together? I remember we did one of our very first episodes.
This is the 10th
It
episode.
was our 10th episode. We had Count Gregor come on and be our landlord.
Because you were doing your television shows.
That's
when
right.
I walked in, and it was exactly the spot and place where I was doing my television show over 20 years ago. And all those many years, you hadn't paid me a cent in rent. You know?
I think he cursed you guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. It was great. When he came on that episode, everything turned black and white, and it looked really cool, and
Yeah.
the old Boris Karloff type feel.
And you know what? You have to understand one thing, though, gentlemen. They talk about
Gentlemen?
that night and all of that and about the rent. And I flew out of there with $1.
He called this gentleman.
I ain't exactly
He
journeying
called this
one.
gentleman.
Gentlemen, he's no gentleman.
Well, I didn't think anybody would respond to that anyway. It was just a term.
I know he got my last dollar that
But hey,
night.
but the thing is like I knew John before. I mean, Count before
Who's he?
then. I knew Count Gregor before that. The funny thing is, I knew Count Gregor before we did that episode. Did you know him before we did that episode?
I didn't, except from watching him all those years, and it was very surreal. And I was starstruck the whole night we were shooting that thing. It was really weird and
But how,
awesome.
but how did we contact you to do it? That's what I want to know.
You had known him because
I
Wait a minute, you guys
When I
said you guys
worked
did
with
the
you,
parade thing,
we
right?
put on
Did you meet
a
him at the
radio
parade?
station together.
He was Grand
remember?
Marshal
Yes.
for one of the
From
parades.
that point,
Yes.
that's when you started.
Okay.
what was it?
We did a little radio. I was tired of doing a little radio show,
Yes.
and we there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
well, we don't have to go any further than that.
Ah, oh my gosh, I have completely erased that 2 years out of my memory. It just now took. He had to say it.
I know.
I completely forgot about that whole part of my
And
life.
I couldn't say it exactly, you know. I'm just trying.
Ryan used to hang out-
I'm suggesting we put on a little radio show
sorry.
together.
Guys,
Why
Guys,
did we not?
guys, it does pose a question. If he's able to just appear, would you like make him get all the coffee?
You brought the donuts, right?
We're scared. We're scared to
I
ask.
only brought the holes.
Rip off.
But it's always an honor. You know, we worked with Mr. Gregor that time. We had him back the next Halloween. We also we've done 3 Christmas specials now, and every year we have a big feature with him on it. And then this past year, he kind of incognito as the president of Oklahoma Television, our boss, threatened us.
I
when we
tried
found
to get
out-
him fired.
It was cool because we had him in it. We had another local movie host, BJ Wexler, who hosts the movies on OETA. And so it was cool. We had a bookend with 2 movie hosts that were trying to, help us learn our lesson in being local movie hosts. And we had to fight off a killer robot that attacked downtown Oklahoma City. Typical
Oh,
stuff.
right.
That
was
typical
awesome.
Typical.
Yeah.
comic booky type
We do
stuff.
that.
Yeah, we'll have to shoot a clip over to you guys.
And don't forget Our Uncle's a Vampire.
And then we did the
Yeah.
80s sitcom of we were trying to think what creative ways we could use Count Gregor that he hasn't done before, and we did an 80s sitcom of
Did you ever see that finished? Our Uncle's a Vampire?
We'll show it to you.
Yeah.
You don't want to see it,
You know,
Count.
you think about the vampire.
Well,
What do you think about what does the vampire do at night? He goes out and seeks blood donors, right?
I thought you watched late night movies and
Yeah,
ate
right.
ice cream.
And guess who got the bite put on him?
Ah, right.
Yeah.
That's how this place is able to just poof out of nowhere.
I know.
All right.
Well, I can poof right out of here too. In case you win something, let me know.
Okay. we
All right.
will.
You got it.
Hey, Mr. Gregor, what's your favorite vampire movie?
Dracula.
Yeah, Dracula?
That's original.
The original.
There are a lot of vampire stories today.
Bela Lugosi.
And I've seen one with George Clooney and Harvey Keitel, and there was so much blood in there.
Wait a
there
minute, did you
was-
say Clooney?
Yes.
He sucked as Batman.
Well,
Did he
that's
suck as a
John.
vampire?
Today, the classic, it's just, I love some of it. There's some of the ones with Christopher Lee and all, yes. But the original, that's my classic.
Clooney was a vampire.
You know, well, yeah, this
Yeah,
one,
that's the
yeah.
one.
Yeah, he was, well, he wasn't.
When
He
he
got
was
shot.
fighting, then he was fighting.
Yes, he was fighting.
Right, yeah, I messed Dustle Dawn.
Quentin Tarantino, come on.
You can't even pronounce his name. Shut
There
up.
wasn't that much blood in
Your
it.
breakfast messed up.
There was more.
Just saying. Just saying.
There was more blood let loose in that movie than all the blood banks across the country. That's, there's gore and Gregor.
And the language.
Really?
But, I like the ones where it's a little more subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They sneak up on you and you just don't. It's prevailing in the mind, not just have to
The
say,
romantic
"Ah!"
vampire.
Kind of like The Matrix?
The Matrix. It was
No,
alright.
okay, great.
Dracula 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dracula
Anyhow,
2000 was
My
not
best
bad.
friend's wedding, I kept waiting for somebody to get their head chopped off.
Yeah. But I will let you go tonight. But thank you.
Thank
I
you.
just had to drop.
It's good to see you,
in.
Mr.
Yeah,
Gregor.
it's good to see you were here, and I didn't mean to, and just drop in and create a situation.
This guy right here is the real deal. He's none of that Twilight junk.
Yeah,
Real
exactly.
deal.
That's. Thank you. You said I said about these vampire shows. Thank you.
Goodbye, sir.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Good night, Count
May
Gregor.
all your nightmares reach you.
God bless
I
you.
hope not. Wow.
He
what a
mentioned-
pleasant surprise.
I know,
He
right?
mentioned something cool. Now we have to say this, and I do believe it's because of his involvement. The Christmas special, our most recent one that we did, was called the Two Movie Guys Half Off Christmas Special, and it was more of a movie. The other times it's us talking to the camera, hosting it. This was supposed to be kind of us challenged with losing our jobs as movie hosts and having to watch a movie by midnight Christmas night or we'd get fired. And he played our boss that challenged us. Well, that Christmas special is currently nominated for a regional Emmy. And
Wow.
we'll find out about that in a couple of weeks or so. And
We'll
so
have
we
to
can't.
do an update show when that happens.
Absolutely. Who knows? Well, we might be excited. We might be crying.
I can just see it. You could have it crawl across the bottom of your screen. Update. Two movie guys did not win the Emmy.
Sudden disappointment.
Yes.
Linda Kavanaugh continued to win 6. She wins like 15 a year or something like that.
I know my fans are wondering, because my fans are huge fans of what you guys do. And we were just kind of curious, like, what kind of people are you? Do you like comic books? Are you into music? What's your favorite comic?
Okay, the comic books I grew up with. I grew up with Batman, the original story of Batman, the original
Figures.
where the Joker, when you kill his parents.
I remember, yeah.
I mean, that's at least how I'm remembering it. I can't remember. It seems like every movie, the villain in the movie.
It was a very
killed
hard
it.
scene for me.
So,
Yeah, that was a Jack Nicholson mess up. He actually didn't kill his parents.
oh, he didn't do it.
No, Joe Chill killed Batman's parents.
Oh man. Well, I was reading the wrong comic book then.
I went through a phase of the X-Men.
X-Men's good.
I read a lot. I read a lot of X-Men, and then a few graphic novels. When the Watchmen movie came out, I read the Watchmen
That was good.
novel, a graphic novel. But really, to me, less comics and more movies. I've always loved movies, all kinds of, everything from. I love, my wife and I I'm married. My wife and I will watch 4 movies in a row on Sunday while we're folding laundry and stuff. I just love. I don't care
Are
the
you married?
genre. Am I married?
Yeah, are you married?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. They're married.
Yes.
They're married. Did you know that they're married?
No, I didn't know that they
We're
were
both
both married.
Now we know.
We
Yeah.
are each individually married to
Mhm. Each other.
women.
Each other,
Yes.
Ah,
We're each
that's bad.
individually
Sure.
married to each other.
as well as to the wives.
Yes.
Okay,
They're
that's
practically, they always tease us every time, especially when we first started the show, we were calling each other all the time with ideas and stuff like that, and my wife was always like, it's your boyfriend! I'm like, shut up! What are you doing? I'm gonna see you in 2 hours! We were so excited, so we had so many ideas, and now it's all old hat, you know, just like
Yeah.
the honeymoon
Started a
period's
Triple
over.
G movie. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
No, we you know, we're great friends.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
We have a lot of fun though, and it's tough because the more we've gotten to do, the more things we have to keep doing, and it's hard to keep it up, and it's hard for us to crank out as many episodes a year. We're trying to get to our 40th episode this summer. We're crawling along. We just wrapped up the 38th episode, which is pretty funny. It's a scene we shot right in here actually, where I play an old man that's a driving instructor, and Ryan plays a 16-year-old girl that is a terrible driver.
Yeah, I've
and
seen
a
both of you
terrible
guys
test-
as girls on the newscast set.
Yes, yeah, you know,
That was pretty funny.
we find ourselves in drag a lot, and usually it's me that is dressed up like, well, I was talking to my mom on a brief phone call the other day. I said, hey, get ready to go tape. We're doing a skit where one of us is a girl, one of us is an old man. And she's like, oh, let me guess which one you are, the girl. I was like, no, I'm the old man. Well, she's like, well, whoopee! I was like, my rule is as long as I don't look good. If I start to look good, that's when it gets kind of weird. If I start checking myself out,
I think between both of us, you are the one that could look like a good-looking woman, don't you think?
I don't know, man.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I have no opinion here. None. Zero. I have
Well,
none.
I'm comfortable with my sexuality. He's a cute guy.
Yes.
You would be perfect for him. Seriously.
I'm
man.
straight.
Man, we're
You
talking
look attractive
a
at
couple of
length.
wasted straight people.
But I mean, I've seen him
To
in
keep
some
me
of
safe at night.
the things we've done and some of the costumes he's worn. I thought, you know, he's not bad.
Oh,
He's not bad. She's not bad.
Thank you, man.
So did you
Hey,
do
I
the
appreciate
whole-
that as a guy.
And then when I feel like I look horrible as a woman, and I've been told you're the ugliest woman I've ever seen, you know. So when we need an ugly woman, that's when I get to do that. So
See, and that's pretty funny, you know? Like,
Yeah.
well, the number will be listed below, and Lucas is a woman. Number right here.
Number 888.
Call Lucas.
You want to pick Lucas, call 888.
Yeah, we need to have a woman off and see which one of us can
Yeah.
be which woman. And that's what we'll do for an episode. We'll both dress up like a woman, go into a club, and see which one gets hit on first. And we'll
That
both
would be
get
funny.
arrested.
That's a
Oh,
good
It'll be
idea.
great.
that sounds good.
That would be
That
hilarious.
sounds great.
You like Batman. How about you? How about yourself? You said you were a big X-Men fan.
Well,
right?
I liked. I
Did
did
you like the bald guy?
well, Xavier.
I don't know. Is that his name?
I don't remember. But
Not my field of expertise. I'm with DC.
yeah, no. Well, I worked at a store.
It's Daddy Warbucks.
I worked at a retail store and they had the comics, and so I just read them on my break. So that's been a long time.
Who's your favorite X-Men?
Well, let me think about that.
Don't say Wolverine, because he's
No.
in every freaking movie.
No, I'd have to say
Other than Wolverine, who was your favorite X-Men?
Nightcrawler.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
I
good one.
like Nightcrawler.
Mine was Gambit.
Gambit. I didn't like Gambit.
Gambit was awesome. If you read the comic
That's a
books,
dumb
you love
power.
Gambit.
Throwing cards at people. That was a dumb power.
Hey. It just means you can make a
I
weapon out of
agree.
anything. You don't have to have guns. You know, it's like there's paper there. I can chop you in half
I
by
just-
throwing it at
Well,
you.
you had the big stick too, though.
Yeah, I'm just
Cajun.
Is he
I'm just
also
giving you a hard
blind?
time.
Is he the one that couldn't see?
He was blind.
Which one?
Gambit is
Gambit?
blind.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he
Yes.
threw
I
cards. I
take
think
it
he
back.
thought he was throwing Chinese stars, but he just didn't know they were
No,
cards.
he was just trying to deal a game and he was killing people.
Trust me,
He didn't know
Gambit. Trust me. Yeah, these are Chinese throwing
Well,
stars.
let's get to another nerdy subject that I'm sure all of our viewers want to know.
Oh, okay.
Which is your favorite movie? You guys are You guys are the two movie guys, so
Yeah.
you guys
You know-
gotta have a favorite.
Do you want to go first? Do you have a favorite movie?
that. You know, I would say my favorite movies, I would judge it by how many times I've seen it, I think.
Really?
How many times I rewatch a movie. Yeah, I think so. Like, you know, I saw Jurassic Park probably 10 times in the theater.
Mhm.
Now, is that my favorite movie? No.
No.
But it is the one I saw the most in the theater, so
He's not answering the question.
I'm backtracking. I think my favorite
It's
movie.
an avoidance phrase.
I think my favorite. I would have to say my favorite movies
Don't lie to me.
are the Lord of the Rings movies.
Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings. My favorite movies.
And that's a little cliche though, because everybody likes the Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Not everybody.
Little cliche. Little cliche a little bit.
I'd say my favorite movie is Citizen Kane. Actually, if I'm gonna say cinematically,
Wait, don't I get to defend my pick?
no. I'll say my other cliche movie favorite is Citizen Kane, and then I'll tell you what I really like.
Okay, what do you really like?
I really like The Jerk, man. Steve Martin, 1979. It was hilarious,
Awesome.
stupid. He was the original dumb guy, but it was like a
Stay
rarity.
away from the cans.
Yeah, it was a
The
rarity
cans.
at the time for
The cans were attacking us.
the central character to be stupid, but you're stuck with him. You know, that's who you've got. It's not the side character. It's not Jerry Lewis to Dean Martin. He was the crazy, silly guy, and Dean Martin's the anchor in the story. But Steve Martin was this idiot, and this goes way before like Dumb and Dumber and all the squirrely comedies that come after that.
What about
That's
Three
the
Amigos?
You
Oh,
got a free
yeah.
oven mitt.
Maybe
I
you
know.
should ask. Maybe the question should be, what's the favorite movie in a specific genre? Because that's your favorite movie of all time. That's a hard question to answer.
Right?
But if you were to ask me what's my favorite comedy, then maybe I would say something like Three Amigos or
Oh.
He does
Spaceballs,
make a good point.
or maybe even Something Like It Hot, which I saw recently for the first time, and I loved it. It was amazing. So, I mean, but what's my favorite science fiction?
You like
or
hamburgers?
Fantasy genre? Yes, Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Do I
You
like hamburgers?
Yeah,
Yes.
Hamburger.
Oh yeah, Pink Panther.
Hamburger.
Man, see, Steve Martin gets a lot of from the general population that liked him, that aren't true fans, have said terrible things about him when he made a lot of family-friendly type movies for a while, or just family movies like Cheaper by the Dozen sequels, and the Pink Panther movies that were more kid-centric and stuff. But I will argue this every time, is like, no matter whether you like the movie or not, or whether it was a good writing or whatever, he was funny in it. I can't not think he was not funny in it, or he didn't play the part well.
I kind of feel that way about Chevy Chase. I've always really liked Chevy Chase. a lot.
Fletch?
I love Fletch,
yeah,
and I loved
Fletch
him in
was
Saturday
great.
Night Live and in Vacation, of course. To me, Chevy Chase had this weird humor about him that I really admired, and I think that he would be someone that, if you were to say, who do you like comedically, I would say Chevy Chase. And I also really loved Chris Farley. I mean, that guy made me laugh so
Yeah,
consistently. He was really
Hey
funny.
Ryan, not so much here, but maybe here. Yeah?
What?
Tommy Boy, man.
Oh,
Ah!
all right.
In this general area, right here. Another side of movies, this has some humor into it, but it was more serious, I guess. So Dustin Hoffman in The Graduate is one of my favorite movies
It's
of all
pretty
time.
good,
But
pretty
there's
good.
a lot of humor in that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of humor in that, and it's subtle, and it was a lot of times I think before a little bit ahead of its time, and it's comedy. But I think Dustin Hoffman was great in that movie, but I don't necessarily consider him a comedic actor. It's more
Right,
dramatic.
right.
Although if you think about all the Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers and Meet the Kid Fockers.
What about you,
That doesn't
Riddler?
sound right.
Do you agree?
I agree. De Niro's great.
Yeah? Okay. What's your favorite movie?
Let's see. Tombstone used to be my favorite. But
Did I say
new-wise,
Batman?
Transformers would be new. Yeah.
Did I say Batman?
They left me out.
I was gonna
That's
say.
personal.
Oh, Batman Forever,
blinked.
dude. Forever.
Yeah,
Batman
blinked.
Forever.
I know Forever was
It's
awesome.
great.
Forever. I remember whenever Batman Forever came out, and everybody was like, finally, this is the best Batman movie ever. But I think it was because it came off of Batman Returns, and a lot of people, it was too dark for them.
Returns was
But
horrible.
I like the thing I liked about Batman Returns was that was the first return of Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman.
Exactly.
The director Tim Burton had a bond with him because he directed Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah,
which
by the
he-
way, that was my
that-
impression of jogging in the night with the blinking jacket
Yes.
thing.
I think that might be my favorite movie.
Batman Returns.
No, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Hey, you know what? I'll agree with you. I think that's one of my favorite
Yeah.
movies too.
And actually, it's the very first Tim Burton movie, too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it also turned me on to the amazing
You know they're making Pee Wee's Playhouse, the movie?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm totally stoked
the
for
amazing
that.
talent of Danny Elfman, and
I love his
I love movie music, and Danny Elfman's one of the best. Although I think his earlier stuff is better than some of his later stuff, but I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Pee Wee. Yeah.
I love
That's
Pee-wee.
great, you know, I love that
Yeah.
movie.
I quote it all the time. Do you have a guilty pleasure movie that you're embarrassed to say you love?
Yeah, I do, and it's a whole slew of them, and they're called Lifetime movie.
I thought you were gonna say
The
the Lifetime
Secretary
channel.
was good.
The Lifetime
What
channel.
about the
movie.
Lifetime channel?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what he's
Yes,
talking
those
about.
Lifetime made-for-TV dramas.
You watch those?
Not on purpose, but they get you hooked. It's like this woman, she's got this life, and all of a sudden she thinks her husband might be cheating on her, and then all of a sudden she has to kill him, and then she has to hide the body, and then you find out that no, he was really going to kill her, and maybe it's so stupid. Afterwards, I'm like, oh, that stupid woman. But she hooked me, Meredith Baxter Birney. I'm like watching every single stinking movie you did. That's my guilty pleasure, and I don't really enjoy it. I'm trying to think what my guilty pleasure movie
Look,
is.
It's kind of like a mixture
You
between
eat
Cold
cookies,
Case and
watching
Hallmark
the movie.
movies.
I don't, but
You need to eat cookies while
Would
watching
that
the
help
movie.
it?
That would help it. Yeah.
bonbons.
Well, it's very like you watch the movie, you get kind of sad. You eat the cookies, and you felt that. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and it's okay, Lucas. We still accept you.
Oh, thanks. I'm not really helping my case of being married to
No,
a-
not really.
No,
No.
I didn't watch. I'll tell you, I didn't watch Lifetime movies until I got married.
It's okay,
That helps.
we accept you.
Thank you.
We accept you, Lucas.
Hey,
It's okay.
not that there's anything wrong with it.
Being married? Well, I hope not. No, she would start watching these movies, and then she would leave the room and be like, "You can watch whatever you want." I'd be like, "Yeah, okay."
No.
What's she gonna do next?
Ryan, I've seen some pictures that you've been in a couple different bands and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Oh, well, when I was younger, I was in a band and I played guitar and sang, and we were kind of an indie pop band called Smarty Pants.
Wow, nice.
And we just, we had zero success, but we had a lot of fun and did it for about 10 years.
No, I wouldn't say that, man. You have a couple songs that got to be on some
That's
movie
true,
soundtracks.
that's true.
He gets a residual check every once in a while
That's
for 15 cents.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we had well, this is a funny story. We had a song that we wrote that made it onto the movie soundtrack. Well, it didn't make it on the movie soundtrack, but it was licensed for the movie, like Snow Patrol or Snow Day or something like that.
Snow Patrol.
There's a ski movie.
It's a band.
It's a Snow
It's
Patrol.
not,
Snow Patrol's
no, it
band.
wasn't Snow Patrol. It was something like ski something or
Ski
Is
Patrol.
it the one with Zach Galifianakis?
no. It had the
What
guy
did you
from
just
American
say?
Pie in it. But
Zach Galifianakis.
Quick casting.
anyways,
On TV here.
hey, shut the Smurf up.
Oh,
Smart
everybody.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
No, the song was licensed for that movie, and it went straight to DVD. We actually were not on the soundtrack, and the clip that they used our song in was replaced by a Weezer song.
Really?
So we weren't really in the movie at all.
That sucks.
But we still get a residual check every time they play it on Showtime. We get a residual check for 15 cents.
15 whole cents.
And
Wow.
we're not credited in the credits. We're not on IMDb for it. It's not on the soundtrack. But we
Wow.
still get
Do
15
you cash
cents.
it every time?
Yeah, what do you do with the
Do you
15
save
cents?
them?
Yeah, what do you do?
I told my, well, the
That is a
first,
great question, by the way.
the first
Yeah.
one I got, no, well, okay, 15 cents was the later ones. The very first one I got was $75.
Oh, okay, all right.
And
That's reasonable.
I showed my wife, because yes, I'm married to a woman. I showed her
Show off.
I showed her the check and I said, check it out. I got a check from BMI for $75. You know, this means I made it. You know, I'm a rock star. And I said, I'm going to keep it. I'm not even going to cash it. I'm just going to keep it and frame it. And she said, why don't you take a picture of it and then we'll go ahead and put it in the bank. And we didn't take a picture and we just put it in the bank.
Wow.
So, I mean,
Keeping you level,
so
man.
your hobby would be collecting 15-cent checks.
right. So I've got a few, and then, but yeah, we had a little bit of music on an MTV show or something, but I mean, it was just more for fun, and music's been a big part of, of me, and I've written a lot of commercial jingles, and even now I still do a lot of commercial music and commercial jingles, and write a lot of music. And
Did you get kicked off the show?
which show?
You know, the show.
The show.
Yeah, you have a brother, you know, you have the show, you write jingles.
2.5 Men.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Are you winning?
Are you winning?
Winning.
I did.
Winning!
I did.
Winning.
But by the way, I was writing jingles way before that show ever came out. Right?
Wow, all
This is
right.
based on you.
That's right.
This is the big black couch with all the chicks.
Very
That's
nice.
kind of the
You
cool
said you were
thing.
married.
Very nice, right?
That's the cool thing. Ryan's
Does your
actually.
wife know about the house?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Now she does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She's a
no.
fan of ours.
Lucas and I do. He's a musician too, you know.
Really?
Yeah, he is. He's
Does
really
he do
good.
jingles too?
He's done some.
Are you in the same house? Are you the brother?
Are you
Maybe.
the car cracker?
Maybe.
That's awesome.
I don't watch who's the boss, so I don't really know anything about
That's a
Tony
good
Danza.
joke.
Oh.
That's a good joke. That almost kind of fit. Maybe.
Nah.
Maybe kind of fits.
I'll let it pass.
Right, thank
Okay,
you, sir.
anyway.
I know they're painful. You have to sit through the bad ones and hope for a good one. And the good ones never show up.
That's
Well,
really good.
Ryan brings a lot of his jingle writing to our show. We get to do a lot of original songs. Our theme song is original. We perform together, and then we actually did a Charlie Sheen song recently where we took all the lyrics from his.
Yeah, why do you think I made the Charlie Sheen joke, sir?
Oh, I just was gonna tell them. You know, it's part of the thing. I know that you're.
Just saying, you know.
Stop antagonizing him.
Oh yeah.
Winning.
Oh, we actually wrote a song with the help of Charlie Sheen's great crazy rants that he went on, and we put it to lyrics, and Ryan did music for it, and we call it Addicted to Winning, and it's on YouTube, and
That's awesome.
pretty soon it'll be on iTunes next month, and people will be able to
That's
buy
right,
it.
And you'll get more 15-cent chips.
That's right,
We've done-
because Charlie Sheen takes the
Yeah,
most
we've
of it.
done.
Okay, I'll even ask the question again.
Okay.
So, what really, I mean, out of like the whole idea that you guys had, the two movie guys, what
Mhm.
really spawned that idea off of like what's going on here?
Well, let me tell you the story. We were in a meeting at our local television station that we work for in Oklahoma City, and it was kind of rare because they haven't really done it since then. But they'll get all the
This is why.
they'll get all the salespeople together and then the creative people together, and because salespeople are not creative people, right? We know that for sure. But we get them all together in a room, and they said they were all wearing suits, and Lucas and I were kind of back in the corner, just kind of wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and the suits kind of said, we need to drive young people to our website because we want them to come to our website for news. And so they discussed that, and they came up with ideas, and they threw things around, and they looked back. You two in the corner there.
And Vine had brought his laptop, and we were just goofing around on some website looking at something, and they said, where do young people go on the internet to find their news? What websites? And we're like, younger people don't really go to look for your news. Like, we're watching this guy get kicked in the crotch right now. That's what young people, I mean, that's generally speaking.
Well,
I would agree with
I think what it came to is I said, ain'titcoolnews.com is a site I'll go to a lot. So maybe movie things or maybe we could bring some young people to the site talking about movies because young people like to go to movies.
And gaming and other stuff.
And so we turned that into, hey, why don't you let us do some on-air things to bring people to the website. And the original goal for the two movie guys stuff was to bring people to the Channel 43 website.
That's kind of like our website.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
Comics does that all the time. We do parody skits all the time. We even did the weather one time.
Yeah, well, there you go. So that's kind of how we went to them and said, can we do a Saturday night movie thing and do a movie hosting deal? And they said, well, make us a demo to see what it would be like.
Right.
And so we went back and we filmed a demo for, we just pretended that Jaws 2 was the movie that was being played, so we made a little skit based around Jaws 2. And we showed it to them, and they said, yeah, we love this, let's air it this weekend. And we're like, well, Jaws 2 is not airing this weekend, so we can't do that. So
They're like, oh, okay, all right. Well, make one for this weekend.
So we started to make them right away. And when we first started doing the movies, we tied our skits in with the movie that was playing.
Hmm?
But which we thought was a neat thing to do, but then we realized,
Well, and to interrupt, it kind of started with the idea of us in an apartment, two guys that just watch TV all the time, and we're literally flipping through the channels, and we're watching the movie with you at home,
right,
and commenting on it, like, hey, tonight we're watching Jaws 2. Hey, you know what I really liked about Jaws 2 was Rob Schneider. No, that was Ray
Right.
Scheider. Oh, well, and then all this stuff. Which he had died, I think, that week, and so we kept talking about how we thought Rob Schneider was dead, and kept showing. Anyway, stupid stuff. But the idea was we were there watching it with you, and we were kind of locked into sitting on the couch right there, and really we did the whole first season sitting down. It was really interesting to think about that we did a whole show, and we never left we would get up and move around stuff, but it always took place with a locked off camera on us.
well, what happened is we realized that no one was watching or paying attention, specifically at the station.
Sure.
And they said, no one said anything to us about what we could or couldn't do, and we thought, you know what, why do we have to do anything with the movie? Why don't we just start making this, let's see how off the wall or, we can get with these things.
Right.
And so we started doing stuff.
That's for him, by the way. On that,
Yeah.
on that skit, yeah.
Off the wall.
We started doing I think one of the first things we did outside of our couch, we played two French guys that were trying to teach each other about love.
like trying to hit on women, and one was training the other one how,
Yeah, and-
how to go and approach a woman.
And we shot it in a way that it looked like it was an old kind of 60s film, French film kind of look. And I really loved what Lucas did is that we filmed it all in English, and then we took our audio out of it, and then he translated everything we said in like Google Translator, and then in French. So the French spoke back in Google Translator, the little computer French guys, and then
So you hear a computerized
so the
version of
computerized French is speaking in the show, but then we yes, and then we subtitled it back in English.
So it was this like terribly long journey to get back to the information. But
Yeah.
it was great. And at the end, I think we finally go on a date and everything's great. And it all really started with this one stupid gag, and that's kind of where a lot of this stuff will start. We don't usually work with a script. Sometimes we'll script out an idea, but a lot of times it's in the moment. We have a camera there, and stuff just starts happening, and then we're like, "That's our joke. That's our hook," and let's just write a whole thing about it. And it started with one joke was, what if the Frenchman, and this we're kind of mocking. You know, it's good old American fashion to make fun of the French. It was mocking what French people thought was funny, what they thought comedy was, and so we're like, one Frenchman is trying to open the door and he acts like he can't open it, and then the other one, and he acts like he can't do it, so the other guy goes and opens it, and then a dinosaur eats him, and the guy's like, I mean, it sounds stupid, and so we said that we're like, what if a dinosaur just came out and like ate him? And so then we started writing. And we came back to this idea, like, what if all four of them, they're finally on dates, they both got girls, they're walking down the street, and then we do this, like, shot of us walking down the street, and this French music's playing, and then we go into this cafe, and we shot it down in Norman, and it looked really cool, it looked like a little French bistro, and Ryan's character's trying to open the door, and I even found a grunt that wasn't his off of this, this it didn't sound like him at all, it was great. And he's trying to get the door open, he couldn't do it, and so then I said, let me do it, to look cool in front of these French girls. And I opened the door right up, and the dinosaur came out and ate my date, and we're just all standing there, and then everybody just looked at the camera like, now we gotta start all over and find new women. I don't know why. And then most of the time it is like, people will watch it and kind of like, is that supposed to be funny? But then there's other people that have kind of learned what is, and there's no real rules with comedy, I think, to get kind of deep. Like, everybody has a different sense of humor about everything, and we try to hit.
Yeah,
if
that's
you look, there's some subtle humor, there's some blatant, stupid humor, there's some puns, there's classic mistake of identity
Side
type
gags, physical stuff.
And then we even comment on the fact if we're doing something for one. So some people might laugh because he's getting hit in the head, and then somebody else might be laughing because it's mocking the typical, they always get hit in the head. So anyway.
Do you like magic?
Oh, yes.
Like the gathering magic?
Oh,
No, I mean like,
Magic Johnson?
like, would you like to see a magic trick?
Yeah, let's
oh
do it.
yeah, absolutely.
Ah, yeah. I need a pencil. Anybody got a pencil?
Oh, no, it's not, I don't like this trick.
Anybody have a
I've seen
pencil?
this movie.
Oh wait,
Hey
no,
Jennifer,
this-
we should do a video where you get a date. That'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be.
Like Joker's date.
Catwoman.
Well, that way you at least you get a date. You know.
Joker's date.
It'd be opposite too, because I'm like, you could help her with her makeup.
Yeah,
Make
that's
her
true.
look a little bit
We
better.
could have like a little primping session or something.
Yeah.
Mary Kay party.
Yeah,
Buddy,
that's great.
now you speak my language. I'll come over with some of my Lifetime television for movies for women and.
You know I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, me too.
Right? That's great. Blah blah blah. And the
So you could be like the teacher, then you'd be like Dr. Love. That'd be
Dr.
like
Love.
To the Joker.
Dr. Strangelove.
You mean
Yeah,
Strange Love?
That would work too.
That's a good
Strange
one,
Love. Strange Love. Read it.
No,
Read it. Watch it. Love it.
no.
Strange Love.
I think
Too strange.
she's running out of tape,
Anyway,
or she's about to fall over.
I
and
was
board
going to
it.
tell you, it's great to have you on the show. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Absolutely, unequivocally awesome to have you. But
Would you say this is the best interview you've ever done, or
I would say it's one of our best.
One of our best.
really?
Yeah.
'Cause I know
If we
you
pass the
guys
test.
have interviewed some pretty big stars, so.
Well, yeah, but I mean, still, like, this is sort of like a really down-to-earth interview. Not to mention, we're fans of your guys'. We love your work. But yeah, it's absolutely awesome to have you on the show. Come see us at LuttersComics.com. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
So check it out.
Well, guys, I just want to say it's absolutely cool having you on the show, talking with you, really just kind of getting in depth with like who you guys are and what you guys are about. I know there's tons of my viewers that are huge fans of yours, so thanks for being here.
That's
We
really
really
nice of
appreciate
you.
it.
We
Thanks.
really appreciate you guys taking the time to sit down with us.
I'm a fan myself too, so
Well,
yeah,
thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you very much. We
Very
really
excited.
appreciate it. And
We're excited. We're lucky and blessed to get to do it. And you know, people always told us whenever we were wanting to do these kind of things, it's like just start doing it. You know, put it out there, make something, and put it. There's YouTube, man. You can get found. So for
I do
anybody that
have a
wants to
quick
try it,
question
go
before
for
we
it.
leave, though.
Oh yes.
For any future, events that people are trying to get started, what advice would you have to give them?
Future.
no, let me tell you this. No one's going to help. No one's going to be a bigger supporter or proponent of what you're doing than you.
That's true. I
So
agree.
you need to do it yourself and never wait for anyone to come help you. You know, don't ever sit around thinking Hollywood's going to call me any minute, or you know, no matter what anybody says, no matter what anyone tells you, you find a way. If you need a cameraman and you can't find one, become a cameraman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's my advice
You
to people.
don't have a camera, steal one.
We recommend that highly.
We recommend that
You
highly.
just ruined
I'm
I'm
Great.
sorry.
my
no, it was
moments.
good.
Well,
It was very powerful, and you ruined
you
it.
know, it was good. It was good.
That's really good advice. I also want to comment and say it was really cool actually seeing Count Gregor on the show
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
That was very
Always
awesome
a pleasure.
guy.
Absolutely.
Whoa!
Wow.
Where'd that come from?
That's awkward.
This is Count Gregor's tie.
That bat just dropped it on
I'm just
us.
glad it
Wow.
wasn't underwear.
That's
That's
awesome.
not all,
Well, I
that's
gotta
not all
say.
that bat's dropping.
Well, Count Gregor's awesome. Come check these guys out. They're on Facebook.
Yeah,
He's
check
king
us
of the Tut, for Christ's sake.
Oh, man.
He's king of the Tut on Facebook. It's awesome.
I am king of the tuts.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Of all of them.
Yeah, if you go to twomovieguys.com, we can hook you up with movie passes and stuff, and we'd love to keep you informed with
Thank
crazy
you.
crazy doings. And whenever we're out at SoonerCon, hopefully we can hook up with you guys again.
Thanks
That'd
for
be
watching.
great. Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is WondersComics.com. That's the Riddler. These are the two movie guys, and we're awesome. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Sign off.